2024 is gone and dead and buried. We are now firmly into 2025, and it's time to talk about the 10 best WWE matches of 2024. A lot of greatness to talk about, and a lot of variety on this show. When you look at the New Japan or AEW list I have coming out shortly later this week, you'll see that a lot of names repeat over and over again. I hope you like hearing the name Will Ospreay in some of those videos. But with this list, the most someone appears on it is twice. We only have two wrestlers who repeat in any two entries. And it shows that there is so much variety to the greatness of WWE in 2024. And hopefully that'll be carried over to 2025. So many great matches. And we're going to talk about them all. We're going through work rate. We're going through characters. We're going through crowd reactions and how the matches made us feel. What actions were able to deliver the most this year. We're talking about them all, starting at number 10, going all the way up to number 1. If you guys like the video, please consider leaving a like down below, as well as leaving a comment and subscribing, as it really does help me out. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into it with number 10. At number 10, we are going to look all the way back to WrestleMania, specifically WrestleMania Night 2, and start with the match that really kicked off the string of incredible match of the year contenders on WrestleMania Night 2, and that is the triple threat for the United States champion, Logan Paul defending against Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. And the main thing I'll say about this match, more so than maybe any match on this list, is it's just fun. From the first bell to the last bell, it is fun packed throughout. Kevin Owens and Randy have an interesting dynamic where they're friends, so they're trying to beat Logan, but also they're trying to one-up each other to become the champion. But it's not like they turn on each other and start battling. It's more like a friendly camaraderie throughout the match. That was really fun and interesting to see. And there's some great spots in this match, like when Randy Orton gives an RKO to Speed on the table while Speed's dressed up like a Prime bottle. That's like one snapshot, the probably most famous snapshot from this match, that really encapsulates everything. Not great work rate, not an incredible story, just the most fun you'll have in wrestling, maybe of any match this year. So it can't go higher because it's not doing anything incredible, mind-blowing, stuff you haven't seen before, but it is an incredibly fun match and one I feel doesn't get talked about enough. So it goes at the number 10 position. Next, we are going to talk about Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles at number 9, but probably not the match you're thinking of. We're not talking about the match from Backlash, which Dave Meltzer gave 5 stars and which the internet loves so much. We're looking a month past that to Clash at the Castle, when I feel they had a far superior match with an I Quit stipulation. Their first match at Backlash, while great, did have a lot of lulls in the action, a lot of periods of extended selling that made the action a little bit choppy and sort of pulled me out as a viewer a little bit. But I cannot say that about Clash at the Castle. Consistently great action throughout. And this is an instant of when the Plunder Brawl stipulation added to the match rather than detracting from it. So normally, all these foreign objects coming into a match are a crutch that wrestlers feel like they can lean on. But this match did a great job about telling a complete Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles story and then layering in chairs and stairs and tables within there, but not making that the backbone of the match. The backbone of the match was great action. I feel this was superior to their match from a month before at Backlash, and it finds itself at the number 9 position on our list. Number 8, we're back to WrestleMania talking about the other men's mid-card title, the Intercontinental Championship match where Sami Zayn beat Gunther for the title. Originally, I wasn't the highest guy on this match, and I actually went back and watched it just about a week ago, and it was fantastic. I don't know what I was thinking at the beginning of the year. I only gave this like 3 3/4 or 4 stars, but this is definitely a 4.5 star match. It's awesome. The presentation from the beginning of Sami coming out the back, talking to his family, talking to Chad, hugging Kevin, it just really puts him over as the babyface you want to see win everything. And prior to going into this match, a lot of people were down on it because they really wanted it to be Chad. They wanted Chad to be the one to face and defeat Gunther at WrestleMania. So when Sammy got announced, a lot of people were like, really? Sammy? Sammy's our guy. I was included in that. I was going, really, Sammy? I figured it would be Chad. And then we had this backstage segment. We had his entrance coming down to the ring, and everyone went, oh, of course it's Sammy. Sammy's the best. He is the greatest babyface in all of wrestling, and he can do absolutely anything. Of course, he should be the guy to beat Gunther. And then they went out there and they just had an incredible match. I do think there are some spots in here of overselling, a little bit of goofiness from Sami Zayn, which does tamper it down a little bit, but a consistently great story told throughout. This is a match that I love because it focuses more on the story than it does the action, and does such a great job about pulling in fans as a result. A phenomenal match. Definitely one of my favorite matches of the year upon rewatching, and it goes into the number 8 position. For our number 7 pick, we are not looking at a pay-per-view. We are looking at the September 23rd episode of Raw when Jey Uso defeated Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship. Jay is not a guy who I normally associate with great work rate, and Braun, I think, is great more often than not, but does have his inconsistencies and really shines when he is working with someone who can sort of pull great matches out of him. So, looking at this graphic, this is not a great match, but they just threw everything to the wall in this match. They just went out and had the hardest match they possibly could. So many finisher kickouts, so many near falls where you go, this is it. This is the moment. The match is over. Jey Uso can't get it done. He can't win the championship. When is the bloodline going to come in and screw him over? But no, he wins the title at the end in such a surprising win. And really, this match was such an over delivery. And that's why I think I love it so much. But that's not to de-escalate the incredible drama and action that they were able to produce in this. This is easily the best singles match I've ever seen Jey Uso have, and one of the best I've ever seen out of Braun Breaker. They just were able to create magic on this night, and it's not like they necessarily have intrinsic chemistry, because when they had a rematch a few weeks later, it just wasn't nearly as good. This is just one of those lightning in a bottle moments where they are able to produce magic in front of the perfect crowd with the perfect setting, a great story. Just everything about this match clicks. And it's one of those pro wrestling magic moments that'll never be able to be reproduced. Number 7. For our next pick at number 6, we are jumping down to NXT, looking at NXT Deadline in a match for the Tag Team Champions, Fraxium versus the No Quarter Catch Crew. An incredible match. A lot of talk has been given this year to Fraxium and why they're so great. And mainly it's because they deliver consistently on a week-on-week basis like no other tag team can. But I feel this is the pinnacle of their work this year. It's an incredible match. It's such a beautiful collaboration of styles. Fraxium being the quick, high-flying baby faces, with the NQCC sort of being this more map-based technical team. And they just come together in the best way. And they really go out there, and it feels like Fraxium says, all right, this is sort of a newer stable. NXT is maybe not as familiar with them as they are with us. We're going to really put everything we can into getting these guys over. And they do it exceptionally. This is nonstop, incredible tag team action and incredible storytelling where they really convinced me at some points there was going to be a title change. They really made me bite on the fact that Fraxium were going to lose the titles, and they didn't, which sort of made it more special when they did win. I went, oh my God, I can't believe they won. And there's just so many great near falls in this match, so many incredible spots. A fantastic match, but not quite enough to make it into our top 5. So it comes in at number 6. Now we are into the top 5, the best matches of 2024. Those matches that had the best work rate, the best feel, the best character work, the best crowd reactions of the year. And to start at number 5, we are sticking with NXT. We're looking at NXT Heatwave, where we are talking a fatal 4-way match for the NXT Championship. It was champion Trick Williams defending against Javon Evans, Shawn Spears, and Ethan Page. I wasn't super excited for this match. I don't really rate Trick as a worker, nor do I Ethan Page or Sean Spears based on their work in AEW. And Javon Evans was a new face to me. I'd never seen a Javon Evans match prior to watching this. And I was just completely blown away. Everything about this match was incredible. It did such an incredible job about getting Javon Evans over as the high flyer babyface in NXT. Trick Williams looked like such a credible champion in this match. Did such a great job about really presenting himself as being above the other wrestlers just through his work rate. And Ethan and Sean did incredible jobs about playing their roles effectively, being the heels to get the heat, but never in a way that dragged the match down and was a little bit boring. They were fantastic. Every part of this match came together to have such incredible moments. And really at its core, it is a spot fest where it's just action back and forth, cocaine thriller, quick pace action, but it's maybe the best one I've seen. Oh, well, that's not too true. Takeshita versus Mike Bailey is the best one, but this comes close. This is an absolutely incredible match. This is the best NXT match of the year. The best NXT match I've maybe seen since they transitioned into 2.0, apart from Walter Dragunov, obviously. Incredible stuff. So much fun. When I said earlier that Orton versus Owens versus Paul was the most fun match of the year, it wasn't. This was. This was absolutely incredible. I loved everything about it. Definitely deserves the number 5 position. At number 4, we have a match that you look at the graphic and you say that is going to be a very fun match. I'm going to be thoroughly entertained by that, but you sort of know what it's going to be. It's going to be 12 minutes, very hard hitting, some good action, but sort of nothing really to blow you away. Sort of just another match you would see on Monday Night Raw every week. And that is so deadly wrong. That is such an underestimation of how great this match is. We're looking at Survivor Series for the Intercontinental Championship, triple threat, Braun Breaker versus Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser. Incredible stuff. I was absolutely blown away by this match on a card where there are 2 War Games matches. This was the high point in physicality, drama, and tension throughout the night. And that is such an incredible feat to accomplish, to upset the men's War Games match, which was fantastic, and really cement yourself as like, this is one of the mid-card matches of the year. It doesn't get the main event slot, doesn't get a lot of pomp and circumstance, not a big story going into it. They just go out there and have incredible action throughout. Hard hitting, but in a way that favors each character. Sheamus as sort of the veteran who's looking for that title and can kick ass and also take a beating. Braun Breaker as the young guy who is just this macho jock who has an endless reserve of energy, and Ludwig Kaiser as this cocky heel who really picks his spots rather than getting into it with either man. It's just such an incredible match and does such a great job at defining each of those character roles while also giving you some of the best action of the year. I love this match, and not only that, I was so blown away by how great it was, because whenever you put one of these combinations of guys together, they have a good match. They have a 3.5 to 4-star match every time, but they've never had anything like this. They completely leveled up tonight, and the agenting for this match, the action, the charisma, the crowd, everything clicked in the perfect way. Incredible match. 4th best WWE match of the year. We're on to number 3. And at number 3, we really get into the pinnacle of greatness in WWE. These next 3 matches are going to be, in years to come, considered legendary matches in WWE. Pivotal moments in the company's history where the action clicked, the characters clicked, the storylines clicked, and they're so great and happened on big stages, big storylines, that they will be remembered for a long, long time. And we're starting with the match that'll probably be remembered most fondly, the main event of WrestleMania Night 2, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. I put this match a little bit low because I don't love the style of Roman Reigns matches, and I don't love the tribal combat stipulation. I feel like they're a little bit slow. But this match, more than any other I've seen, did such an incredible job about incorporating an entertaining match throughout the entire tribal combat format. Really, with tribal combat, you're getting through the first bit and waiting for the interruptions at the end. It's similar to a War Games match where the first part is very inconsequential, but builds to the incredible ending with all the big spots and all the big returns. But this match did an incredible job about having that beginning bit, that part that is normally pretty boring, be thoroughly entertaining. And the end, when you had all of the entrants coming in, all of the big returns, even the Undertaker, which didn't really make sense. It just gave a life to this match. It had an energy like nothing else. It was absolutely electric. This was the hottest crowd in wrestling you'll see all year, maybe apart from Danielson's win at All In. It was just incredible stuff. And the thing that really cinches this for me, the thing that got me about this match, made it memorable, made it stick in my mind, was at the end when the announcer was calling Cody Rhodes as the new champ and her voice broke just a little bit. And at that point, I got this little thing in my throat going, wow, this is true magic in pro wrestling. And the fact that it's not number one, the fact that it is so great, so emotional, such an incredible story, and there's still two more entries above this, should tell you the caliber of wrestling we have been given from WWE this year. We are now jumping up to number 2, but staying at WrestleMania Night 2, we are talking Io Sky versus Bayley. And the reason that I put this higher than Roman versus Cody, even though Roman versus Cody had the big fight feel, had the incredible returns, had the once in a lifetime moment of Cody winning the championship, all the electricity, all the atmosphere, I put Io versus Bayley higher because at the end of this match, it was able to pull me into the action and force a reaction out of me like nothing else this year. And here's what I mean by that. Io versus Bayley had a terrible build to it. Really no focus given on the storyline, a sort of weird damage control split up storyline that just never really worked, never clicked, not enough attention was given to it, and it was never really made to feel like a big time match. So going into the match, I knew I was going to get a good match because it's Io, one of the best workers on the planet, and Bayley, someone who's very consistently great in her work, going at each other on WrestleMania. They'll probably have 20 minutes and have like a 3 3/4 to 4-star match. And they started going, and I was really into it. I thought the action throughout was incredible. I thought it was just really leveling up the story that had been told, or the lack of story, that is. But where this match got me was in the final minute or so. Bayley kicked out of a big Io Sky move that I thought honestly might have been the end of the match. So that near fall really got me. Bayley worked back and hit the rose plant. And at that moment, when Bayley hit the rose plant, I went, come on, Bayley, get it, get that title. And then she pinned her, and I literally popped out of my seat with joy. I was so happy that Bayley had won the title. And prior to going into this match, I didn't care if Bayley won the title. I didn't care about this storyline. I wasn't super invested in either character. This match convinced me that I needed to see Bayley as the top champion and that Io Sky needed to be dethroned. This match was able to create a story within the span of 20 minutes, whereas the main event, Cody versus Roman, was the end of a story that had been going on for 4 years. So I got the same feelings for both matches, where at the end of the match I was going, yes, the person I wanted to win won. But Io versus Bayley was able to convince me that is what I wanted, and that's what needed to happen within the span of 20 minutes. The action in this match is stellar. Some of my favorite action I've seen all year, and just everything coming together to convince me this is the greatest match on the card. These are the wrestlers who I want to see at the top of the card. It's a triumph of pro wrestling beauty, and it, in my mind, easily jumps up past Roman and Cody for that reason. But it can't get to the number one position because there is one match from WWE this year that did a better job delivering on a story, putting over two characters, creating incredible action, and also reviving a dead stipulation on the way. I don't think there's any doubt. I don't think there's any of you out there going, oh, what's he going to put at number one? What is it going to be? It is obviously Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk inside Hell in a Cell from Bad Blood. What an insanely phenomenal match. Now, the action in the match wasn't great throughout. I don't think it was nearly as good as Io versus Bayley, but the story in this match was so off the charts incredible that it surpasses anything else WWE has done this year. This story that's been going on for the year that really had significant ups and some pretty low downs and was sort of this roller coaster over the course of the year delivered so hard at the end. Both guys putting in the performance of a lifetime, one of the best matches I've seen from either guys, going out there having a bloody physical match that you don't normally see from WWE and really bringing the Hell in the Cell stipulation back. Everything about this match hits so hard. It's incredible. And more than any match this year, it really made me feel happy. I had joy watching pro wrestling. And that's weird when you see two guys trying to kill each other and bleeding buckets from the head. It's weird to feel happy about that. But it just sort of served to remind me this is why I love pro wrestling at the pinnacle of its ability. Great wrestling, incredible storytelling, two guys who I care about so much, two incredible characters who I want to see succeed. Everything about this match worked for me, and I think it worked for a lot of other people. 5 matches from Meltzer, a huge rating on Cage Match, a bunch of love on end of the year lists like this, and it deserves every bit of praise. The best WWE match of the year. And that's the list. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Did I get the order a little bit wonky? Should something have been a little bit higher than it was? Or should have been a little bit lower? Do you agree with me that Io Sky versus Bayley is a better professional wrestling match than Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes? Is there something that should have been on this list that I just completely missed or completely didn't include? Let me know down in the comments below. While you're down there, please consider subscribing and leaving a like, as it really does help. And that way, you'll be able to keep your eyes open for future videos coming for the best AEW, New Japan, TNA, and women's matches of 2024. Keep your eyes peeled for those. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. It really means the world when you guys watch and interact with these videos. I love any feedback you have to give, so please leave it down in the comments below. With all that being said, I have been Isaiah from Hot Tag Wrestling. What a great 2024 we've had, and I look forward to seeing you in 2025.